Hi, it's Claire from Woodswork. Today I'm going to talk to you about your text modules. Sometimes you want to pick out a special word, so you can add a little bit of bold like we've done here, or a little bit of an italicized look. You can do, if we click on into the text box and head into the module settings by clicking on the cog, you'll see that we've italicized and applied bold to this particular word. We can underscore it, we can put a strike through, various different kinds of things you can do. And you can also add a little bit of text color. So you can click here into this little drop down arrow and you can add colors to this. But what it does is it adds colors that are not assigned to your website. This is just a random stack of pretty yucky colors, to be honest. They're very standard kind of horrible web colors that are sort of automatically in WordPress. This is not what we want to do, because this is not associated to your website specifically. So what I'd like to do, seeing as we've already selected beautiful colors for your website, what I want you to do is click out of that module and click onto a different one. And then as you go over it, I want you to click into the module and I want you to select over the text. And what will happen is you'll get this new little tool here popping up, the new little toolbar. And here you'll see that there's a little paint dropper tool. If you click on there, these are the colors that will have been selected for your website. So say, for example, my colors are these ones here. You actually have 2, 4, 6, 8 colors that are able to be assigned to your website via the Divi backend. In my particular case, I've only chosen 3 plus black and white, but generally even black we don't tend to use because black is quite hard on your eyes to use black and white, so we tend to use a very sort of more of a tint of grey than black. But I've used this grey, this blue and this magenta. So I'm going to select magenta, and then you'll see here that that has made that word only magenta. And click out of that box and click out of that module and you'll see that it stayed pink. Now, I don't recommend editing using this very often. You can actually go in here and you can type to your heart's content. However, saving working this way is a little bit unstable, shall I say. It has improved, but I don't trust it, because sometimes you'll go in there, you'll make edits and they won't have saved. So whenever you do anything like that, do an absolute save. And then what I tend to do is I will be working in my live site here, and I'll also have open a new tab. So I would go and refresh that tab and have a look at it and make sure that it's actually happened on the back end. So what I'm going to do instead is I'm going to, once this is finished saving, school holidays, and that's what happens. Well, it's not school holidays, but we're all in lockdown. This is what happens. Everybody's using the internet. Once that's saved, come on, hurry up. Okay, I'm going to edit the visual builder. I've actually locked it out of the video, but you'll see in a minute that we'll actually be exiting. And now here we are on our live page, and it has in fact saved that little extra pink text for you. So that's a really cool way of adding a little bit of an effect. I'm going to go back in and edit that again. And you'll see that if we do use the same idea by just clicking into the text, hovering over or scrolling over the text you want, you'll see that there are various different options here, as well as the colouring. You can actually change the typeface completely if you wanted to. Why you would want to do that, I don't know, but you never know. There might be a reason for why you want to do something weird in there. Let's find another font that looks a little bit better. None of these look particularly fantastic. There we go. It's maybe a bit better, that one. We're going to make it a meter, and we're going to make it bold, and we're going to make it, once we've clicked out of there, we're going to go back in and we're going to make it this horrible bright red here, which is not one of my colours. As I mentioned, these ones are my colours. So we're going to go and go, it's not even going okay, it's just clicking out of the box, which is why it's sort of slightly unstable. So once you've done that, don't continue working. Make sure, if you can't see the save button, go and check it with this little icon here, and then hit save to make sure you've made the change. So that's a great way of adding some tiny little bit of impact. It's a bit of a gimmick, but it is another way for you to control your text.